Director Rose.
Thank you. Gentlemen, it should come as no surprise to anyone at this dais that I am adamantly opposed to this GO bond. On more than one occasion, I have previously stated that I am firmly opposed to ARMUD issuing GO bonds.
And I would like to say...
May I continue?
Oh, you're not
Director Rose
finished.
has the floor.
Please finish.
Reading from the Star Telegram, Texans are crushed by property taxes. Texas property owners, this is February the 1st, Texas property owners, Governor Greg Abbott, has heard your concerns and agrees you need a break. Declaring that Texans are being crushed by property taxes, Abbott called on state lawmakers Tuesday to develop a plan to bring them relief. Their property tax bills often increase far faster than household income, Abbott told a joint meeting of the House and Senate members in his State of the State address. No government should be able to tax people out of their homes, he said. Texans should not stand for it. We must remember property owners are not renting their land from the city, and I'll insert the mud. James Quintero, director of the Texas Public Policy Foundation Center for Local Government, said, there is a revolt brewing in Texas over soaring property tax bills that are neither realistic nor sustainable. In 2015, Texas' 4,171 local governments walloped homeowners and businesses for more than $52 billion in property taxes, or about $1,900 for every man, woman, and child in the Lone Star State. Now, I ran for this seat on a basis of honest, transparent, and fair. And when I was elected, I sat here and I said, I want to be measured for being honest, transparent, and fair. I find this GO bond to be dishonest, opaque, and unfair. The application of this bond across the properties in the mud is dishonest in that residences that receive no services or product from the mud will be charged an additional property tax. From my perspective, when we charge someone to do something and do not provide services or products, that is very simply theft. That's right, I said theft. Just because the mud can execute a GO bond does not mean that it should. Gentlemen, there are other options. I personally do not support theft. The application of a GO bond is opaque. The GO bond costs show up in the annual tax bill. A customer looks at their water bill and thinks that's what they're paying for products and services. No, that's not the whole story. They have to also pull out their property tax bill to find what is levied there and then add it all together to figure out what they're really paying for the water and sewer. A GO bond is unfair and unnecessary in a mature mud. A GO bond is funded based on property value. Property value has no direct correlation to services or product used. None. The amount of use or benefit derived by a customer should be the determining factor in allocating costs across the customer base. Use and benefit are derived by volume, not property value. In the last 8 months, I have repeatedly heard it said here that we need to consider our seniors and low-income users. A GO bond literally attacks these groups. They are the ones most likely to itemize. So there's no tax benefit. They're not going to itemize. They are simply stuck with another tax that they cannot escape. Under a revenue bond, they have an option. They can decrease their water use and offset the increased cost that way. There you have it, gentlemen. From my view, this bond is dishonest, opaque, and unfair. Thank you.
Okay, Director Hayes.
I totally disagree with that statement. I think the GO bond, with the tax situation we have, and where we're in two cities, one of which is almost all commercial, I think it's far easier for the senior taxpayer and the fixed income taxpayer to absorb what is going to be, despite the bond, the tax rate in total is on a declining and will continue to decline. And to put it in their water bill and sock these people that are on fixed incomes with huge water bills while we got a declining tax rate is dishonest and unfair. Dishonest and unfair.
Kevin?
Go ahead, Director Thomas, you have the floor.
Yeah. Bill, your comments are dealing with raising the tax rates. Yet the data that we got from the town of Trophy Club and from Westlake, and using the most conservative of numbers, shows we can do this without any tax rate. Tax rate can stay flat. It ain't going to go up. And by the way, the low-income seniors you talk about, if you're over 65 and have your paperwork filed properly with Denton County, property evaluations don't go up anymore. They're frozen. So the people you want to protect are protected via a GO bond. They are not protected via a revenue bond. Their water rates will go up.